Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Friday, May 2nd, 2025. I'm going to start today with the triple Q, actually. I do this on a daily basis at wickedstocks.com, and this is a weekly chart. I just want to show you the kind of the symmetry that's occurring right now with the NASDAQ 100 triple Q, also with the SPY, by the way, the S&P 500, very similar picture, and NVIDIA retracing back up to its 9-month channel bottom. This is a weekly chart at 482.32 this week. Also, on Thursday, came very close to testing the 487.93 5/8 upside Fibonacci. I've been mentioning this as a zone of resistance, able to contain buying through May, and from here we can fall away for the next several months. Inversely, if we close above 487.93, I expect bullish continuation through the month of May. So that picture is not altogether different than the weekly chart that we find on NVIDIA, where we've got also a former rising 9-month channel bottom that is for the entire week, 111.64. I'm using weekly levels today. The weekly chart tends to rule, if you will, the longer term signals. And so 114.12 is a descending channel top. We actually pushed noticeably through on where are you on Thursday? Here it is. Yeah, so you can see on the daily chart it's at 112.25. On the weekly chart it's 114.12. And so we're using, and that channel bottom is at 111.58 on the daily chart, but it's at 111.64 on the weekly. So we're using the weekly levels. And the bottom line here is if we close today, Friday, the week itself, below 111.64, this market is still very susceptible to falling away through May into June, the lower 80s in reach over the next couple of months. 80.75 is 2-year channel support, able to contain an annual low. Now, inversely, if we close today above 114.12, just the opposite. I think we have a good second quarter low and quite possibly a good annual low. I wouldn't doubt that the low 150s in reach again. I'm going to call this 3 to 5 months or sooner. Could be 2 to 3 months on the way. Yes, we have descending speed line resistance that I can show on the daily chart right here at 124.37. So, it's still kind of the same. If we close above 114.12, which you see as a red line here, and that is, once again, the descending channel top on the weekly chart here, the 3-4 month descending channel top. If we close above 114.12 today, I see no good reason to be short NVIDIA. Really, into the third quarter, we can push into the low 150s again within 3 to 5 months or sooner. Within a couple of weeks, I would expect the mid to upper 120s. 124.37 is a descending 2/3 speed line, and also a 5/8 Fibonacci at 127.72. We're not there yet, but if we do close today, once again, above 114.12, if you're short, I think you want to at least get out, if not reverse altogether, and play the long side. Play the long side into the mid 120s within 1 to 2 weeks. That's a decent swing trade in itself. And into the low 150s as more of kind of a near-term investment within 3 to 5 months or sooner. Until then, we can fall away. We can fall back into the low 80s once again as we continue into May, June activity. Let's take a look at the downside here today. We do have, and we might see this today. We've got a big report, obviously, employment report for the month of April. It obviously is not going to necessarily impact NVIDIA significantly, but just in terms of the beta factor and the indexes and everything, NVIDIA will be influenced by that report, I suspect. 111.58 is the channel bottom on the daily chart. Now, 111.64 is the weekly. They're 6 cents apart. So I'll let you decide whether you're going to use that for downside activity confirmation. But I will say we have not closed above this zone. So at this moment, this market is susceptible to falling south. There is no buy signal right now. So the state in which NVIDIA is one of, I'm a more aggressive seller. I'm not a buyer. I'm short here, anticipating 105.59 over the next couple of days. 100.21 by the end of next week, perhaps. 94.31 is the low settlement price over the next 2 weeks. And now 105.59 for the day anyway. I like it as a session containment level because this would be an incredibly volatile move anyway if we were to fall back to 105.59. And I think this, it's a 1 week channel bottom, may well contain today's lows. If we close below 105.59, I see 100.21 in reach Monday. But by the end of next week, if we close below 105.59, I could see this 94.31 level where we could actually place a weekly low. And if we were to close below 94.31 in the coming week, 2 or 3, that low 80s target, and yes, it is a target below 111.64, would be likely within another week or two. 80.75 rising channel support, 81.97 is a 50% downside retracement from the October low against that January high. And that is a zone of support that can contain selling through the year. Upside, there's not a lot to say about the upside. I mean, I've got a 119.88 as a 50% upside retracement. I don't expect to see that today. What I will just say is if we close once again above the 114.12 level, I see continued gains as we move through May into June, July, with the low 150s in reach over the next few months, 3 to 5 months. You could also follow the triple Q. You might want to check out the triple Q anyway by going to wickedstocks.com. I think if you're an active NVIDIA trader, having the triple Q analysis at your side is just a great support for that. Even the SPY as well. You can see that wickedstocks.com. And by the way, this week we put out a couple of stock picks. We put out 2 last week. In the last 2 weeks, we've done stock picks in DoorDash, Robinhood, Broadcom, Rubrik. They're all relevant. You can see them all for free by taking advantage of our 5-day free trial. And you'll also see our daily triple Q analysis, our daily SPY analysis, etc. So once again, one other thing I want to mention is I think by Friday morning we will have put out a video on the Russell 2000 ETF, the IWM. How should I put it? It doesn't look exactly like the S&P 500, the blue chips. It is not nearly as strong. And I go into the reasons why, I think, in the video itself. So you can check that out on YouTube. But this is the chart I want to leave you with. If we close today above 114.12, bullish into summer. If we close below 111.64, bearish into summer, which starts in late June, or however long it takes to reach that still targeted low 80s. I'm going to leave it at that. Please click like, share, subscribe. I'll be back Sunday afternoon with Monday's NVIDIA report, and you have a great weekend.